How's it going, my peeps? This is the prediction game video for James Storm versus Bully Ray, a match you're going to see this Sunday at TNA's No Surrender. It is a Bound for Glory series match, semifinal match, which means whichever guy wins this match moves on to the Bound for Glory series finals, where he faces off against the winner of the Samoa Joe versus Jeff Hardy match, and the winner of that match wins the Bound for Glory series and moves on to Bound for Glory to challenge for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, which Austin Aries currently holds. And he's probably going to hold on to that championship until Bound for Glory, because this year at No Surrender, he's actually not defending the championship. What Austin Aries is doing is he's challenging one of the members of Aces and Eights to a fight. So, it's not a championship match, it's not even a match, it's just, a straight up fight. So, no world title defenses this year at No Surrender. Last year, though, actually, the champion was defending the championship at No Surrender, so there was a chance there that we'd have a new champion heading into Bound for Glory. But that didn't happen at No Surrender 2011 because Kurt Angle, the champion at that time, retained his championship in that match. But I'm happy with Austin Aries as champion heading into the pay-per-view, but I actually wouldn't be surprised if something happens, or maybe Aces and Eights at the last moment injures Aries at No Surrender, and then Rude somehow wins the championship very quickly. Although I'm pretty sure at this point, just because there's not that much time left until Bound for Glory, that Austin Aries is going to hold on to the championship and stay as champion. So, enough about Austin Aries, but if you want to see my simulation of the Austin Aries fight with a member of Aces and Eights, you can check that out on the channel. It was the first, it's the official prediction game video, so if you want to leave your predictions for the No Surrender pay-per-view, go to that video and leave your predictions in the comment section of that video, not this one. So anyways, let's talk about this. So what I typically do is I'm gonna talk about both Bully Ray, James Storm, their chances at winning this, what I'd like to see happen, what I think is gonna happen. Although I did say in the official prediction game that I think James Storm's gonna win this one, but I'll just talk about the possibilities here of maybe something else happening and stuff like that. So, currently James Storm is the #1 guy in the Bound for Glory series. He's the one with the most points. Bully Ray is the one with the 3rd most points. And at some point I actually thought maybe Bully Ray is not going to qualify in that top 4 at No Surrender. I thought maybe Christopher Daniels would be that heel this year to make it in that top 4. But, I've learned now that I've learned not to bet on Christopher Daniels when it comes to one-on-one matches anymore. He just loses so much, especially against AJ Styles. That's something I've definitely learned. If there's a match between AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels, put your money on AJ Styles. Christopher Daniels was not gonna win. Anyways, this doesn't even involve AJ and Daniels, so I gotta stay on topic here. So, they're both in the top 4. And, for a while now, I've been thinking that Bully Ray has some sort of, alliance with Aces and Eights. He's either the leader, although I don't think he's the leader, but I'm thinking he's with them. Not the leader, but in that group, just because I think the leaders of Aces and Eights are going to be Eric Bischoff and maybe Jeff Jarrett. Those two guys, or one of those two guys, and Bully Ray is a friend, kayfabe, with Eric Bischoff and Jeff Jarrett, and maybe even in real life too. I wouldn't doubt that. So Bully Ray being a part of Aces and Eights is not like some type of crazy idea that there's no possible way he's a part of Aces and Eights. Actually, there's a strong possibility, in my opinion, that he is a part of Aces and Eights, because when you think about it, they've never really attacked Bully Ray. I mean, they've distracted him, kind of, but they've never really attacked him. I know, recently on an episode of Impact, you had Bully Ray, punching one of the Aces and Eights guys, but, these Aces and Eights guys, you've always got some new one's appearing, you know, just temporarily. So I think the whole thing with Bully Ray, you know, beating up some Aces and Eights guys when they came to the ring, and like everybody on the TNA roster, or a good portion of the TNA roster, was fighting with them, I think that was just to throw people a curve or something like that, so people would be like, oh, Bully Ray's actually fighting with the good guys here, so maybe he's not a part of Aces and Eights after all. But I still think he has some involvement with Aces and Eights. Although I will admit, like maybe for a couple of days, I was like, hey, you know what, maybe Bully Ray's not a part of Aces and Eights after all, because, you know, there's rumors of him leaving since, you know, Devon left, and now the TV title's like vacant. I don't know what they're gonna do with that. Actually, there's talk of just getting rid of the title altogether. So, you know, some people, you know, me included, I was thinking, okay, maybe Bully Ray is gonna leave too to join Devon, maybe join the WWE as a tag team again or something like that. Then he went on Twitter and he said, don't believe what you read, blah blah blah, and he also said it's not something along the lines of, it's not how you leave, I mean when you leave, but how you leave, or leave at the biggest stage or something like that. I don't know. But it was something that was kind of pointing at him maybe leaving after Bound for Glory at the biggest show. So then I thought, okay, maybe, you know, there's a slight possibility, maybe, you know, he could be revealed as part of Aces and Eights, and then one of the faces takes him out that same day, you know, Bound for Glory. And then, just recently, I think, yeah, it was today actually, or yesterday, they announced that Bully Ray signed a 2-year contract with TNA. So it looks like he's going to be staying for a while, which I'm happy about, because Bully Ray has to be, he's like the, you know, either the top heel or the second top heel in TNA. To me, it's like a tie between him and Rude. You know, I go back and forth with the two. They're both great heels. And, you know, this is coming from somebody that wasn't that big of a fan of Bobby Roode as a face. I thought he was kind of bland as a face, but Bobby Roode as a heel was freaking awesome. Same with Bully Ray. You know, I never thought I'd actually, you know, look forward to Bully Ray as a singles competitor. But yeah, Bully Ray's awesome. But anyways, enough Bully Ray specific talk here. Despite, you know, me thinking that he's a part of Aces and Eights and all that stuff, and, you know, if he's a part of Aces and Eights, it would make sense, right, for him to beat James Storm and then, you know, beat Hardy or Samoa Joe or whoever, you know, moves on to the finals and challenge Austin Aries for the championship, and then in the main event, you know, the biggest part of the show, for the world title, he screws Austin Aries, or Aces and Eights screw Austin Aries, and Bully Ray captures the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, kind of like when Jeff Hardy screwed Kurt Angle, or Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff screwed Kurt Angle and I think it was Mr. Anderson, I believe, in that 3-way match at Bound for Glory when Jeff Hardy turned heel. I didn't expect that at all, and I know some people did. So I remember somebody actually saying that he knew Jeff Hardy was going to turn heel that night and win the championship when he debuted his new theme song at Bound for Glory that same night, which would, you know, turn out to be his heel theme for his heel run, because when he returned afterwards as a face, he didn't use the, you know, that theme song anymore. So yeah, you know, it does make sense for Bully Ray to win this whole thing, this whole Bound for Glory series, if he's a part of Aces and Eights. But, you know, James Storm, they spent so much time, you know, building him up, having him, you know, I guess leave because he didn't think he could win the championship anymore, take some time off, and then come back, beat the undefeated Crimson, who's been undefeated for like a year or more, and then, you know, win that Battle Royale to give him 20 points to kick off the Bound for Glory series. And there was so much focus on James Storm, and keep in mind, he's the #1 guy in the Bound for Glory series, staying in that #1 spot, and I don't think he ever left that top 4. So like I said, lots of focus on James Storm in the Bound for Glory series, and usually when there's lots of focus on somebody, you know, they plan to do something with him. But, you know, I was thinking that James Storm was going to win this, Bound for Glory series so he could challenge Rude for the championship and get his revenge. But now that Rude's not the champion, it just makes things a lot less predictable, and we don't know what's gonna happen. Really, I'm gonna be honest, you know, any guy right now in that top 4 at No Surrender could win this. I could see Samoa Joe winning this, I could see Jeff winning this, Bully Ray, and James Storm. But I think James Storm's gonna win this. This particular match. I don't think he's gonna win the finals, but I could actually see him winning the finals, just like I could see Bully Ray winning the finals. But I gotta pick somebody, and I went with James Storm winning this semifinal match. I just have a feeling he's gonna win this, especially with James Storm on Impact. Telling Bully Ray that, hey, last year in the Bound for Glory series, you beat me to move on to those finals, so this year I'm gonna beat you to move on to the finals. So it would be a good way to, I guess, have Storm get revenge for last year against Bully Ray. So anyways, my prediction still stands. I'm gonna go with James Storm winning this semifinal match. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, you can click that like button. I'd really appreciate it, and I'm out. See ya.